Hi guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So we're here for another one of our 70 in 7 episodes. So if you are crafting along, I hope you're having a good time. We're aiming to make 70 or complete 70 pieces of ephemera in 7 days. So we're having to do kind of 10 per episode. So I've grabbed in my 10 pieces today. So we are using pieces that we've already made. So maybe in a mass making or any other thing. And we're just going to decorate them up. So I've got 10 pieces here. So what I've done on the other previous episodes, I've kind of laid out 5 pieces at a time. So I'm just going to do that same method now because that seems to work quite well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and we'll do a corner 1, 5. Right, okay, so let's just lay those out like that. Now this one, I have to be honest, I'm a bit in two minds whether to do this one because I haven't coffee dyed the inside and I would have preferred to coffee dye it, to be honest. Yeah, I wonder whether I should grab in a different piece, to be honest. Let me just see what other pieces I've got. I just grabbed like a handful out of my ready-made stash, so we could swap that for... let's just see, what could we swap it for? Don't want to do like the same pieces. Let's swap it for that, shall we? That's just a tiny one. Okay, so I will try and remember to coffee dye that between now and the next video. My cup, I took it downstairs to wash it out and I haven't brought it back up, so annoyingly. I normally keep a cup of coffee dye, you know, here for doing or using, and yeah, I haven't brought it back up. Right, okay, so this is a little envelope piece. It's been stitched on the sewing machine. We've got an envelope there. Now, this is vellum or tracing paper on the front of there, and then it's, you know, a long envelope. We've got a side loading pocket. We've got a long flap envelope here. It's a tiny one. This here is a little side tuck piece. Now I'm just wondering, yeah, I think what I want to do is probably glue this down. Oops. I can't remember now where I saw these. These were, I think, Crafty Irina, long time ago. But I don't think this is quite the same as hers. Now I'm looking, I think this is maybe slightly different. So yeah, I've obviously kind of mucked this up. Well, what we might do is leave it like that. And should we have that as a... oh, I don't know now. Right, should we have that as another pocket? Yeah, we could do. Right, okay, it's going to take a little bit of, you know, extra faffing about to do that one. So let's just see if we've got any bits that are going to look good on any of these. I've brought along some ready, you know, made clusters and things like that. So that looks quite nice on there. Although it is quite ginormous for that, it does actually look really good, doesn't it? So let's just pull in some of the other clusters that I've got here. That's not bad on there. Haven't just got clusters. I have brought along some other things as well, but we'll just get started with these. Oh, that's quite nice on there. I think. I'm not sure, but I think that's quite nice on there. Oh, quite like that on there. This, I love this cluster so much. Yeah, want to hoard this. Crazy behaviour. But no, let's try and be good and not hoard things. Now, actually, that particular envelope, I'm now thinking maybe one of those little smaller pieces. So like those decorative edge strips or something might look better on there because it's only a tiny, you know, tiny envelope. Oh, that one looks quite nice. That was just the first one on there. But yeah, quite like that, to be honest. Right, okay. So let's just move these bits to one side. Now, this one's going to take a little bit of extra work. So we'll get started on this one first because it's going to obviously be a bit more faffy to do this. So I'm thinking we need to kind of reinforce these 2 pieces because they're obviously not particularly strong as they are. Now, yeah. Oh, I don't know. Let me just see what paper we want to use. Quite like the green damask. We could do it very girly. Well, let's do it like this. Yeah. Can't resist some girly stuff, to be honest. So yeah, going to have to cut that down. And then this one, that's a bit annoying. Yeah. Like that maybe. anything to that, or I suppose this is going to really go brilliantly. Well, it might be better than I expected actually, but let's give this a try and see. Doesn't really go, does it? Let me see if I've got anything purpley in my scraps bag. I'm calling it a bag now. It's really just an envelope, large envelope full of scraps. So got that one, got that. Oops. Just kind of feeling like we want some purple, really, you know, to bring in these flowers. Oh, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Right, so I do that. Actually, I do, yeah. Oh my goodness, I'm making a terribly awful job of cutting this, but yeah. Okay, right, so let's put these away, and I'll be somehow playing with these bits here, so just bring this in. Right, yeah, let's just try tearing this down a bit. Maybe pop that on there, and then this one, yeah, I just cut this down here on this edge like that. Okay, and I will just tear this down as well, so it's got a torn edge rather than that straight edge. There we go. Okay, well that's not too bad, is it? So yeah, do we want to have this torn down a little bit more? Just wondered. Yeah, maybe like that. Just check that I wouldn't throw it that way round. Right. And this one obviously is already doubled over, so yeah, it's just kind of these two really that we need to do. So let's pop that down. Oh, I seem to have come out with a bit of a cold, so I do apologise. I feel absolutely fine, but just now I'm speaking, I think, oh, I sound a little bit coldy. So yeah, I might have just a little bit of a cold, but you know, nothing so I'd even notice it. So yeah, I'm absolutely fine. Just glue that one down. Okay, and then I'll just pop this one down behind it. Should have grabbed myself a cup of tea before filming, because now I'm all thirsty. So I might have to stop in a minute and go and get a cup of tea. But yeah, let's just pop that down there. Okay, so we've just reinforced those just because they were quite flimsy, and I just, you know, I feel then they're a little bit kind of susceptible to getting damaged in the process of using them. So yeah, I'd just rather sort of reinforce them if I can. Right, I will ink these up a bit. So I just ink around here. Honestly, I felt like this in the X-Piles, where I couldn't wait for the series to finish to be able to see my progress. And I feel like that now with this, because I feel like, you know, when I finish this, I'm going to have such a lot of new things, you know, decorated that, I mean, let's be honest, new things that are decorated that I probably then will hoard rather than use. But yeah, I feel excited. Oh my goodness, how about that? That's rather pretty, isn't it? Just check. Going to just trim it down on this edge. I had left that curly edge from where it had been torn out the book, but I think actually it will look better without it. I do quite like that torn sort of look normally, but yeah, I just feel like actually it will look better like that. Okay, so yeah, if we put that on there, then a bit of lace up there, everything to top and bottom. This might be a bit too much, but let's just see. Definitely love it at the top, so let's just pop some lace down there. Okay, like that. Now whenever I have this curly edge, you know, on the lace, like curly seam, I tend to just cut that, cut that curly part off. So, I mean, I don't say every time, but I would say, you know, 8 out of 10 times probably. I just get that cut off like that. And I mean, that's also reinforced that pocket now, so it's, you know, quite strong now. And then we're going to have this one here. Now, do we want to have any other lace is the question. We could have a little bit kind of coming down there. We could have just a tiny bit there. That might be quite nice to just have a little bit. So just take that like that. Yeah. Okay. Just pop that on like that. And then this one, just going to quickly ink this up because obviously that hadn't been inked. Yeah, and that can then go on that side, which looks pretty, doesn't it? Okay. Whoops. Not very straight there. Okay, now I just happen to have this. This might be too bright, but it is a bit. I thought it might have gone better than it does with the flower here. But yeah, it doesn't really, does it? It's pretty bright on there. I have got some other pinks. Let's try that one. Oh, that's quite cute there on the side, isn't it? Let me just check whether I've got some paler pink. Weirdly paler, but sort of almost brighter. Strange. Oh. Actually, I think I prefer the pale. So, yeah. The paler but brighter. That one. Right. This is wanting to curl up, so it's a bit annoying. I'm going to put it there. Oops, like that. Okay. Yeah, that looks pretty. Let's just get rid of that bit of hot glue that I've now got on the desk. Trying to keep my desk clean, even including my craft mat, which, yeah, is harder said than done, to be honest. Now, do we want to have any bling or anything like that? So just check. I've got like some little bits of text here, just on this lilac background, which I thought maybe that would go quite nice. Because obviously it's got quite a now purpley look going on, hasn't it? What do we think? Could have it there, or we could have it coming out here. Oops. Could have it even across there. It's quite cute, isn't it? Should we do that? So I'm just going to, you know, overkill, but yeah, just using my hot glue. Just going to try and stick it just on that top layer, like that. Okay. Like that. And then let's just get some bling. I don't know whether this bit needs bling really, but might as well try it, mightn't we? So 1, 2. Oh, I might quite like it just down there actually. Like that. Okay, yep, loving that. Really pretty. Okay, so that's one pocket down already. Now let's do the next one. We shall do this one. So we need to kind of get 10 done really per episode to stick with our, you know, getting the 70 and 7. So again, just using things that are laying around on the desk. This grey lace just happened to be laying around there, but weirdly actually goes pretty well, doesn't it? Honestly, I'm not, you know, I'm not deliberately doing this. That just was there. Although actually I've now spotted beside me, because I pulled in a few more scraps of lace after last episode, because I thought, oh, perhaps I don't have quite enough, you know, variety. So yeah, I've also got this grey, which might be better. Obviously that would be chopped off. We could have it on that side. I thought that was going to look really good, but maybe it needs the contrast of this one. So yeah, let's just pop this down here. Yeah, I'm so excited to get all of these bits done. I mean, like I say, I'll probably then just be hoarding them all anyway, so it really probably will make no difference to my stash, because it would just be hoarded things rather than being used. So ridiculous. Oh my goodness, it was the most awful day yesterday. It was chucking it down, absolutely chucking it down. I mean, it had been, you know, predicted. I'm filming this on a Monday, and yeah, it had been predicted that it was going to be stormy. And it was weird because the morning started out and it was really quite a nice morning, and I thought, oh, you know, it's not going to be stormy at all. They've got it wrong. And yeah, it kind of stayed okay until probably, I don't know, 12 o'clock, maybe half 11. And then it just deteriorated like within the space of 5 minutes, and then it stayed like that pretty much for the whole day. It was absolutely foul, like raining and windy and freezing, actually freezing. So today I've got a polo neck on and this really thick jumper. I've had this jumper since I was something like oh gosh, I think about 20 or something, like really young. Yeah, and it's still one of those jumpers that, to be honest, you know, obviously I probably should have chucked it out, but it does still fit and it's still very, very cozy. So, you know, it's quite a good jumper to keep hold of. Don't necessarily want to get rid of it, because quite often, you know, jumpers actually, they look like they're going to be cozy, and then I get them and think, it's not as warm as I'd hoped. Whereas this one, it's very, very cozy. And although it's this really big, chunky kind of wool, it's washable, would you believe? Whereas loads of these types of jumpers, they tend to be hand wash only, don't they? And obviously there's no way I'm going to be doing hand washing. I mean, well, I say that. I do have one or two things that, you know, again, say they're hand wash. And then all that happens, I put them in the wash bin and they just stay at the bottom of the wash bin. I can't bring myself to then wash them. And so they'll stay there, sometimes, embarrassingly to admit this, maybe stay there for a year until I eventually wash them. I mean, the crazy thing is, you know, when I do wash them, that's quite pretty, isn't it? When I do wash them by hand, you know, I think, wow, why did I leave that sat at the bottom of the wash bin for a whole year? Because actually it only took like 10 minutes to wash it by hand. I don't know what that's about, but it's a bit like emptying the bin in our house. You know, like, nobody wants to empty the bin. So, you know, I mean, obviously my daughter, she wouldn't empty the bin because she's a bit young. So, yeah, my son and I, we don't want to empty the bin. And when my other son lived here, he also didn't want to empty the bin. When my husband lived here, he also didn't want to, although, you know, all credit to him, he did used to empty the bin most of the time. But for some reason, nobody wants to empty the bin. And so we're all stuffing things in, and, you know, like, you're pressing them in, and, you know, things are kind of like, you know, it's in a cupboard bin, and then the cupboard will hardly close because it's so overflowing, you know, but still nobody's emptying the bin. And, you know, the strange thing, and I said to my son the other day, you know, when I finally succumbed and emptied the bin, you know, because nobody else was going to, and I said to him, I don't know what that's about, because the weird thing is, when I do finally empty it, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, he really does his bit too. Well, he probably empties it much more than I do, if I'm truthful. And yeah, I said to him, I don't know what it is about it, because actually when I do finally empty it, do you know, I think it's just not a big job. It's not a big deal. Doesn't really take that long, not that awful to do. So why on earth do I just hang on and hang on and hang on until it's literally like everything's dropping out? As you put things into the bin, something drops out the other side, you know. It's so weird, because then when I finally do it, I'm like, oh, it's really not that bad. You know, it doesn't even take 10 minutes. It takes like a couple of minutes, you know. It's so odd. But there's just those jobs, aren't there, that you kind of put off and put off and put off because you think, oh, I hate that job. And then you do them and think, really not that bad. Why was I putting off doing it? Yeah, let me know below. Do you have similar things go on in your household, or maybe you live on your own and you're just responsible for always taking the trash out? But I mean, if you are, you may be, you know, if you live on your own, you maybe find that your bin doesn't get so overflowing in the first place, because obviously it's just your rubbish. Yeah, it's one of those just really odd things that I just think, you know, what is it about emptying the bin that nobody at all wants to ever do it? You know, myself included. It's just weird, isn't it? I'm just wondering whether we could have, you know, sort of make a bit more of this. Don't know. Yeah, anyway, must try and be better with emptying the bin, really. You know, not let it get to that point where things are dropping out the other side just because we're putting things in. Because, you know, that really is like, not false economy, but, you know, false economy time-wise. Because actually then you spend half your time keep picking things up that are then dropping out of the bin as you're forcing other things into it. So, you know, you're not saving yourself a job, are you? You're causing yourself further jobs by having to keep picking stuff up that's dropping out. Really odd. Really odd. Now, I'm just wondering whether I might be able to use this. Just because, I mean, I don't dislike it like that, but is that a bit colourless? Would it be better if we had another piece on here? You know, to just bring in some extra colour. I don't know. What do we think to that? It's quite pretty like that, isn't it? Otherwise, I just felt like, you know, maybe there's not that much kind of going on. Just see. And we could have that right down the bottom. Let's just tear this off. And that's quite pretty, isn't it? Oh, what have I done with that bit of lace that there we go. Could have lace then, top and bottom of there, couldn't we? Wonder if something like that's nicer. Or does it need to be smaller than that? Let's just see. You know, because, I mean, otherwise we're covering up kind of all these lovely details from that vintage book page, which is a bit of a shame. Oh my goodness, or actually, do you know, I've just seen it now with no colour on it. And, oh, I can't help but think, actually, maybe I like it like that. Yeah, I do quite like it like that, to be honest. So I wonder if I've got any, you know, my labels, whether I've got anything that's neutrally. It's not very neutral, is it? Again, I really need to print them off. And yeah, not labels, sorry, frames. Really need to print some more off. Really very annoying. Must try and remember to do that today. I mean, that's not too bad, to be honest. Yeah, I just wonder whether actually this might be better. Because I can see them more of that really pretty, you know, book page. Oh, plus as well, I mean, obviously it gives me the opportunity to hoard that cluster for a bit longer. Which I did say, didn't I, that I've been trying to hoard that. So this is my music frames, but yeah, I mean, it ties in nicely with the lace, doesn't it? So just pop this one down. Okay. Like that. Yeah, oh, it's looking a bit like it's about to chuck it down with rain. Do you know that type where like the sun comes through the clouds really bright, but everywhere else is really black clouds? It's doing that. I mean, as you can tell, I'm no weather person. I mean, I couldn't tell you from one minute to the next what exactly is going to be happening. But yeah, I feel like it's about to absolutely pour down with rain. Oops, there we go. Oh, that's gorgeous, isn't it? What did I do with that bit of bling that I cut just now? There we go, there it is. Actually, as I'm really into the bows this week, I'm thinking a black bow. Oh my goodness. That's just got the drama that it needs, doesn't it? You know, just that tiny bit of kind of dramatic stuff going on. Oh dear. try this again. Just wipe that glue off. Right, let's start again with that one. Can't remember where I'd put the bling, to be honest, but anyway, it's going over there now. That's where it is now. There we go. And then, yeah, let's have that black bow up the top. Like that. Oh my goodness, isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, I love it. I mean, it's barely got anything on it, to be honest. I mean, we're going very minimal, aren't we, with our decorating today? But sometimes I think, you know, minimal is where it's at, isn't it? And it goes on, you know, goes on best. So yeah, I love that. Okay, that's that one. Right, next one is this one. Now, not sure now about that cluster that we put on there, but this, unfortunately, yeah, I'm going to have to trim this down a bit because I've got a bit of an overhang from the vellum. This is where I muck up cutting it completely and just end up with a really wonky side. Okay. It is coming out a little bit wide at the top. Let's just take that in. Okay. Okay, right. Oh gosh, do you know, I'm so sorry. I keep seeing blue on my fingers and I thought, where's that coming from? Do you know what? I asked my daughter to clear up the mess that she'd made the other day painting, and she'd used my oh gosh, what, you know, what are they called, distress ink things, and she'd left the empty one on my desk. So now I'm covered in it here, and I hadn't noticed, but it was actually there on the desk. So yeah, I do apologise for the blue on my hands, and obviously that just blue bit there. So yeah, it's gone now. Right, well, that bit's gone unless I suddenly spot some anywhere else. Right, let's just quickly ink this up. So it needs a bit of inking on the inside, like that, and just a little bit of inking outside as well. Right, now, oops, that goes that way up. I don't know why I was doing it sideways. I mean, that's quite nice there, to be honest. I mean, unexpected wasn't necessarily the thing that I would have expected to be put in there, but I do quite like it. Let's just try with that grey lace. Quite pretty, but let's try with the pink. Oh, I must try and find some of this pink lace somewhere. Yeah, I need to hunt and see if I've got any more of it, but if not, I'm going to have to hunt online and see if I can find some, because it's so pretty, isn't it? I don't want to be without it now. Oh, I don't know, because that's not necessarily kind of going quite well with everything here. Just check if I prefer a different cluster on here. Nope. What's this one? Yeah, it's not bad. Let's just try these couple. Got that one. Right. Just got this tiny piece here. Isn't that gorgeous? Not sure whether that was a cluster or a snippet roll. Oh, it was a cluster. Look, isn't it pretty? Really pretty. Let's just see what else. Have I got any others that might be better? I've got this one from my Junk Journal Basics kit 2, which, yeah, again, I absolutely loved this snippet roll, so I have really been hoarding it. Oh, very annoying now. Let me just have a look. Got that. That's got a bit more pink in it. I've got this one, which is very blue. Oh, do you know, I think this one's probably best, yeah. Let me just take this down slightly. Just ink up around. Oh, it's suddenly getting really chilly now. And strangely, that great big black cloud, you know, that I was predicting, oh, I think it's going to rain in a minute. Yeah, it's gone now. I mean, thank the Lord I'm not the person doing the weather, because honestly, nobody would be knowing what to wear. No one would be going out because they'd be thinking there was a storm on the way. You know, you'd all be going down the beach thinking it was going to be sunny, only to get down there and find it was chucking it down with rain. It would be a disaster. Now, oh, I can't decide. Do we think that that's just like too big on there? I mean, I do like it. I do like it. I wonder if we could have that down there and then the lace on here. Or the other way around. That up there. And then the lace. Even just like over on this corner. I feel like it needs something else on here, to be honest. Right, let's glue this down before I'm just, you know, keep moving this around. So yeah, let's just pop this down. Using the hot glue because it's quite a thick piece. It's got lots of stuff and layers on it. So, you know, I just feel like otherwise I'd be having to keep pressing it down for a while, getting it to stick down. So there we go, that one there. Now we could just have a bit of lace there with the sari silk there. Could have maybe just a bit of sari silk there. That's quite nice, isn't it? Wonder if we could have anything on here like a... Oh, I'm running out of my little ribbon embellishments. I need to make some more of these. Oh, isn't it annoying when you kind of like, you know, you have loads of things and then suddenly they're all running low. Because that's when I stop using things, you know. Oh, let's just hoard that. I don't want to run out. So yeah, I'll be like now hoarding those things. That's not right, is it? Do you know, I'm actually thinking, should we just have it as a pocket and not an envelope at all? So, do you know, I think maybe I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut the top off. So like that. In fact, I'm just going to even tear it. Yeah, tear that off so I can keep that in my scraps bag now, because it will probably come in useful for something. And then here, just ink across the top. And then yeah, this looks pretty, doesn't it? So just check that we want the sari silk and not the lace. I mean, funnily enough, they both look pretty, don't they? The sari silk or the lace. So that one. Let's just see if we want to have a tab on the side of here. Just because this was floating around on my desk, so I thought, oh, perhaps we could use a tab. Yeah, I quite like the tab actually. Just again, just ink that up. Oh, I can't see the clock to see how, no, the clock on my phone to see how long I've been filming for. But I must be a bit careful before I start really running over time. Okay. Like that. Like that. Okie dokie. Yeah, I like that. And then do we want to have the lace or do we want the sari silks? That's what the lace looks like. That's what the that's what the sari silk looks like. Oh, that is a tough call, to be honest. I like them both. Again, wish I was live and I could hear you guys. Oh, do you know, I'm going to go for the sari silk. Yeah, it's probably the wrong decision. You're probably all shouting, saying, no, that's not the thing. That looks awful. But yeah, I quite liked it. Quite liked it. So yeah, just going to go for that. So just ruffle that up like we do. Still my favourite way to use the sari silk, ruffling it like this. Just looks so pretty. Absolutely love it. Just going to put a bit more glue on this side bit. Like that. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous is that? And that's just reinforced that, because that was just that vellum anyway and the tracing paper. So isn't that a lovely pocket? Oh my goodness, I might have to make some more of these. They are really, really pretty. Really pretty. Yeah. I mean, obviously it's not hugely see-through because it's quite a dark pattern. That's from my Savile Row collection. Not collection, sorry. Savile Row kit. Yeah, so it's not hugely see-through because it is quite dark, but it's a bit see-through. So, and it's got that nice sound because it's vellum. So yeah. Right, next one is this little envelope. And then I'm going to go and get a cup of tea because I'm quite thirsty. And then we'll do the other 5. So let's just do this one. Use that bit of lace that I cut just now. Always good to just be able to reuse things, isn't it? Or use up stuff that you've already cut down. So that's quite pretty, isn't it? I wonder whether it needs another bit at the bottom. Well, actually it's quite pretty, to be honest. Again, now thinking, if I have a butterfly, I might just cover that bird up, because otherwise does that bird really go? Well, it doesn't not go, to be honest. So yeah, perhaps we'll just go for that. Right, just pop the lace down. Do love the crochet lace, don't you? So pretty. To be honest, I love any lace. Who am I kidding? Who am I kidding? I love it all. All lace. It's all good. Yep. Definitely a big lace fan. Like that. So weird. Looking out there now, it looks like a completely different day. That grey cloud's gone and it's really gorgeous sunshine. Yeah. I don't know what I was talking about just now, saying, oh, it looks like it's about to chuck it down with rain. Literally, I can't even see a cloud now, which is crazy. Because just now it was really black. Yeah, really black. Right, I've just pulled in a few things from my Fussy Cuts bag, you know, that I've ready Fussy Cuts and pieces. So should put those there for a minute. Doesn't that look gorgeous? Do you know, I'd never noticed that before. Those little rosebuds on that number tab. Isn't that lovely? It's so pretty. I wonder if I could do that. Oops. That's quite pretty, isn't it? Yeah. Let's just ink this up. Brave choice, this. Very brave. I'll put that there. Yeah, that's just one of my number tabs, and then that's just one of my little rosebuds printables. And yeah, just would never have necessarily put them together, but my goodness, what a lovely combination that makes. So just on there on the corner, that on there, like that. Oh, that's gorgeous. Right. Put that down on the edge, like that. And then the rosebuds, I'll just hot glue that down because I just want it to be quick, not have to press it for a while. There we go. Oh my goodness, isn't that gorgeous? So that's just one of those tiny, you know, long flap envelopes. But yeah, looks so pretty, doesn't it? I was going to have a butterfly, but to be honest, I found those bits and thought, actually, they look really good instead. Could have that bow there. It's just one of my bows. What do we think? Oh, I don't know. I like it with and I like it without, strangely, as we have it at the top. Can't have it here because look, it's just going to cover that whole, oops, that whole building. I wonder if we could have it on the bottom. Oh, like that, yeah. So I'll just ink this up a bit. Do we like it on the bottom? Yeah, because otherwise it seems like it's got quite a lot of stuff going on the top. So I think it needs to be on the bottom. There we go. Oh my goodness, how gorgeous does that look? Now I'm just wondering actually whether in the centre of that bow we could just get away with a little bit of bling in there. Let's try this. Oops. Yeah, that looks pretty, doesn't it? I love that. That's really gorgeous. Okay, so pop that one down. Right, okay, so we are halfway. We've done 5. So we will come back and do the other 5. I'm just going to go and grab a cup of tea. So obviously that's no change to you guys, but I'm just going to quickly pause it while I grab a cup of tea. So hold on. Okay, so I've had my cup of tea now. So yep, back. Let's just get on with obviously the rest of them. So we've got another 5 here. This one's just got, this is a collage masterboard, and I've put on one of those Rita Donnelly pockets, but I've cut it in half, so it's not like a whole wrap round, but it's just then a little corner pocket on there. So I'm not sure how we're going to decorate that up, but I'm thinking probably not a, you know, not a cluster or anything too heavy. So we'll have to kind of see what we can put onto there. But yeah, let's just lay these out and see what we might have for these. Oops, I've now got my fussy cuts now in the way, so that's a bit annoying, isn't it? Move those a bit out of the way. Like I say, I'm actually feeling stressed that my desk is looking so messy again while I'm filming this series, because I was really trying to keep it tidy. So my son came in at the weekend, you know, into my room, and he was kind of like, oh, what's going on with the desk again? I said, oh, I know, but it's just a series that I'm filming. It's not getting out of hand, I promise. But yeah, I don't think he quite was convinced. He was like, oh, are you sure? I quite like that on there, weirdly. I mean, the only thing is, again, and I say this all the time, sometimes you can be too brave, and then what happens is, of course, you don't use it. And I just fear this might happen here. Oh gosh, I've got some glue on there. That's annoying. Yeah, and then what happens is, of course, you know, you don't use it because you've been too brave. So, you know, although I think it looks quite nice, I'm not sure that it's going to be the right choice. So sorry about my bleeping phone. My son's texting me about something. So no, not that one. I mean, it's so weird, isn't it? We can have all these loads of bits. Oh, there's that one I'm holding again. See, it's so pretty, and it just goes on everything. I mean, to be honest, it even looks quite nice on that, which by rights it really shouldn't, because it's not the same colours at all. It does look lovely on there, however, doesn't it? That's annoying, because yeah, I was wanting to hoard it, and I know it's crazy. I could probably make something similar again, but I probably wouldn't, is the point. So yeah, I don't tend to kind of make 2 of the same thing, because it's boring, isn't it? But yeah, I mean, that would be the answer, wouldn't it? So I didn't have to hoard things. But again, I quite like that on there, but again, would that make that then tricky to use it? But I don't know. Going to just leave it on there for a minute while, you know, while we decide. Okay. I mean, yeah, we could use something like that, which is kind of more the colours, but actually that looks quite drab and boring then. So maybe brave is the way to go after all. I mean, like, that looks quite pretty on there. It's the wrong shape. But yeah, colour-wise, unexpectedly nice. Again, that predictably, you know, goes, but maybe a bit too, you know, too boring, to be honest. And again, it goes on there, but that's just a bit wishy-washy, really. When it's, you know, when it's too much the same, it sort of doesn't, I don't know, doesn't fill you with excitement. I mean, that I love on there, to be honest. So yeah, maybe I'll have to go for that one. Just try this one, because actually that's sort of a compromise, isn't it? It's toned in, you know, it is all the colours that we have been using, but it's got that splash of the reddy orange on the bird, so it sort of lifts it as well. Let me just keep these both here, and then when I move the clusters out the way, I can then double check. Okay. No, I'm not finding that many now, so move those out of the way. Let's just pull in the last. Oh no, I've got quite a big pile still sat there. No. Oh, again, that's another one that I'm trying to hoard all the time. What's wrong with me? But did you see how quick I've put it away? Yeah, I wasn't determined to use that, was I? No. It's weird. I mean, sometimes, you know, I might have a cluster for like 5 years. I mean, that's crazy, isn't it? I've hoarded it for 5 years, you know, and then I'll end up going off it. And that's ridiculous because then I just haven't used it, which, whoops, I should have just used it in the first place. You know, rather than hang on to something until then the point you don't like it anymore. I mean, that's just like crazy, isn't it? Crazy, crazy behaviour. And this is just craft bits. So, I mean, can you imagine what a hoarder I am with, you know, clothes and what have you? Well, like I said, my jumper, I mean, ancient, but I've had it all those years and it's still, I mean, I'm still wearing it, to be fair. You know, it's not like I'm not wearing it. But, I mean, normal people would have probably just thought, oh, it's time to get rid of that old jumper. But I still think, well, it still fits. It still looks okay. You know, it's very cozy. Why would I get rid of it? Yeah. Right. Although, you know, anyone looking in my wardrobe would kind of say, yes, it's time to chuck some of this stuff out because you've got things piled on things and, you know, yeah, I need to have a good sort out really. But I've been saying that for about 10 years, to be honest, and clearly it doesn't happen. Have had obviously, you know, small, like minuscule clear outs from time to time, but nothing that would actually make, you know, make a great deal of difference. So yeah, might as well have not really had them if I'm truthful. Right, I'm just hanging on to some of these that are potential workables. So the rest I've put straight back in the box, but yeah, just anything that's a sort of could work. I'm just keeping here. Now, this one, I did keep this, but yeah, I think it's, although I don't dislike it, it's not quite right, I think. So yeah, get rid of that one. Right, let's have a look. So this one, I've now pulled in another one so that I can continue to hoard that green shoe. Look, although I like that one really just as much. So it's on a, you know, I'm onto a losing thing anyway, aren't I? Right, so that's the choice. That one or that one. Weirdly, I think I prefer this one now. Yeah, I've managed to hoard that green shoe a bit longer. Yeah, let's have that one. Right, so that's that one. This, I'm not sure I even want to cluster, like I said. So I'll just kind of hang on to that. So let's do this one now. So I thought that looked quite nice. That also looks quite good. I mean, this pocket's only quite small. It's running across a diagonal. So that's better because obviously this one overhangs the pocket. That one, I mean, it's nice and it blends, but is that making that very boring and predictable? I've got this one. Oh, that's gorgeous on there. I love that one. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Right, okay, this one. So this, I do like it. We've got this one. Again, perfect. The colours are, wow, like it was made for that. But is that boring then? You know, I mean, could even just staple that on there. Because this has got transparency film on the back. So just always aware that not everything glues brilliantly to transparency film. So it's kind of worth bearing that in mind sometimes. I mean, that's quite nice too. So far, I think probably it's between this one, which is like that, or this one like that. Again, I'm thinking from a usability point of view, maybe this one. Got that. That's quite small. That one, no. That one. No. Right, okay, so that one, I'm going to use this. Again, I don't really want to use this because I love that cluster. And I'm kind of, you know, would like to hoard it, really. Oh, from that point of view, perhaps I'll just go for that one. Oh gosh, this is a real tough decision, I have to say. Do you know, I'm going to go for that because actually I think it brightens it up and it sort of needs that. Right, this one now. So last one. I didn't even try that on there in the end, did I? Let's just double check. Oh, no, I'm going to go for the bright. Right, okay. This one. That looks quite nice on there, to be honest. Again, it's lifting, isn't it? Very lifting. No, don't like that one now. Oh, that's quite nice on there. I mean, it's smallish, but I mean, that's quite nice again. No, no. She's a possible. No. Nope. No. Right. Okay, so it's between these ones here. So let's have a quick look. Honestly, I've not even looked at my snippet rolls or anything like that for this video. I've just used all clusters. So, right. Again, wish I could hear you. It's between this one, or this one. So let's just have a quick look between these two. That. I actually really like this one, to be honest. I hope I don't regret doing this, you know, when I come to use it and then think, oh, it doesn't really go with anything. So for this, again, I'm thinking maybe like a little edge strip if I've got one. This, you know, this sideways, this side. Unless I have it on the masterboard. I mean, that's a shame that it's got the yellow on it. No. Oh, I definitely need to make some more of these. Really, really enjoyed using these. And yeah, they're now kind of like running out, which I'm going into panic mode now of like, oh no, stop using them, stop using them. Maybe that one. Yeah, don't want to use them all up. So now I'm kind of like trying to stop using them so much so as I still have them left. Right, let's just quickly ink this up. Okay, so this is my gorgeous Victorian ladies papers again, which I know I've talked about recently, but yeah, I just use it all the time. It's so pretty. I really do love it. That and that Capital collection, I really do love. So yeah, I find myself using them a lot now. Right, let's just snip that down. Okay. So yeah, we could have it like that. And then do I have any labels or anything, I wonder? Let's have a look. Oh, I also got those fussy cuts there, which now they're covered up. I'd obviously already forgotten about. So let's just see if I've got anything in there. Well, we could bring the blue in, couldn't we? By doing something like that. Then that brings the blue and the red in, which is quite cool, isn't it? Maybe that there. Let's just cut that down there. So we could have that on here. Let's just check this out. Oops. Gosh. All fingers and thumbs here for some reason. Yeah, what do we think to that? Let's glue this down. So this one's not very heavy or anything, so I'm just going to go with the wet glue, which is now got a bit dried over the end. Right, there we go. Okay, put that on there. Okie dokie, right. Let's put this down on that edge. Like that. Just going to put that lace down across here. Was it this bit? Yep. Like that. Just going to snip that down. Now, Don't know whether this is a bit much really, having this blue here as well, but I quite liked it. Sorry, this is my tissue that I've been using to mop stuff up now, which yeah, I normally use the dry wipes, but I found quite a bit of tissues and wipes on my desk during the X-Piles, so I'm just using things up, although to be honest it's in better days. I could probably do with another piece. Just grab another piece because I've got loads of them all here beside me. Oops. Grab a wipe now. Well, that one also has already obviously been used mopping up, but that's okay. Right, just want to check that I want to use the number and not. I mean, I quite like the number because it ties in the red. I wish I had one smaller, because obviously the number tabs, I think you get like a small page and a bigger page, and yeah, I would have preferred the smaller size really, but maybe there, maybe even under there. Okay. Just wondered whether I could even have a bit of sari silk in the blue, but I think what would happen is I would then be limiting myself to where I could use this, so I'm yeah going to restrain from doing that, although I think it would look good. Maybe that would be something to do when I come to use it, like, because then I will know whether it would, you know, would go or wouldn't go. So yeah, mustn't be too brave, because too brave just leads to, you know, not being able to use it. That's not quite the right colour butterfly. Still not printed my butterflies off. I'm so sorry. I just, every day, you know, like I film and then, you know, when I stop filming, I'm then off doing something else, and I forget then that I've thought, oh, I must print off some more butterflies. So, yeah, very annoying. Oh, that's really annoying. Because a blue one would have been ideal, and yeah, I can't see any blue butterflies in here, which is weird, because the other day that was all I could find was blue butterflies, and of course now I'm needing a blue one. I can see all colours but blue. It's just typical, isn't it? Yeah, oh well. Right, okay, we will leave it like that, but I'm just going to try a blue bow. Loving the bows today, because that would tie in the blue, wouldn't it? Oh, should we do that? Just put that down there. So sorry. It's my son. He's obviously messaging about something. Yeah, I don't know what he's messaging about, but okay. Yeah, perhaps that there. He's wanting to decorate his bedroom, so I suspect it's about his bedroom. Okay, right, that looks pretty, doesn't it? So that one. Okie dokie. Right, I've got loads of fussy cuts now floating around the desk. Okay, right. Let's just quickly, again, ink around the edge of this masterboard. This can go on here now. Just, yeah, maybe a bit of lace at the top. That's quite delicate. Oh, just before I put that, just going to check that I wouldn't prefer the pink. Oh, the pink is pretty. Check. Oh, it's got to be the pink, hasn't it? That's annoying, because of course I was wanting to hoard the pink. Yep. Okay. Thing is, I keep saying, oh, I'm going to look around, I must have some somewhere. I mean, I possibly have, but obviously, you know, I have done quite a lot of clearing up, and so now I think, oh, have I got some? Because actually I've done a lot of clearing up and I haven't come across some more. So yeah, then I'm going to be gutted, aren't I, when actually I've got none left. Just none left at all. Just try. Oops, what am I doing with that? I suddenly put it sideways on. Okay, let's do that. So just pop this piece down here. You know, just a bit of extra interest really. And then this just down that side. Okay. Must be quicker because I couldn't believe my eyes when I uploaded the last episode of this, because obviously I couldn't really see the time when I was filming, and when I then went to upload it, I think it was like an hour and a half. So I'm so sorry about that. Honestly, I just get carried away, and you know, before you know it, it's like, oh my goodness, I've now been filming for an hour and a half. So yes, I do apologise. Right. Oh, that's so pretty, isn't it? I love how that looks. Right, okay, that's to one side. Right, next one. Let's do this really awesome looking one. So yeah, I mean, very different to, you know, how I thought we were going to go with this. Now, we could have the sari silk up there. We could have it here. Could have lace here. Nope. Wonder if we could have lace going across the middle. That there, that there. Should we try that? Let's try that. Okay. Okie dokie. Pop that down. Oops. Pop that down there. Like that. Okay. And yeah, glue this one down here. So again, I'm going to use the hot glue because now it's gluing over the lace as well. So I just want to, you know, give it the best chance I can of actually sticking down straight away. So that, like that. Okay. And then the sari silk, I think, across the top. I mean, it's not quite really the same colour, but it's okay, I think. Oh, just before I do, is that better? Oh, I wish I'd spotted that just now. I would have had that lace across there. But we can have it at the top. So yeah, let's do that. Now, got to be said, I'm not sure that this hot glue is going to stick brilliantly onto that transparency film. So yeah. Hoping it's going to, but okay, there we go. Oh, doesn't that look lovely? Yeah, love that. And oops, just going to take that little side curly bit off. Like that. Okay, let's just get some bling. Up there or down there? Weirdly, I like it in both places. I think I prefer it on the cream. And I just felt like it needed a big piece. Okay. There we go. Right. Okay, that looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, love that. Right, is this the last one? Oh no, we've got two more. Yep. Okay, that one. And again, just probably just some cream lace. So I mean, this has been a good you know, selection of lace today for today's pieces, hasn't it? So, you know, just flukily turned out to be the right selection of lace. So I mean, crochet lace, to be honest, is pretty good. It goes with most of the things, I find. Okay, let's put that down there like that. So yeah, going to put some running across down that diagonal like that. Okie dokie, like that. Okay. Right, and then just pop this one down. I love that. That's so pretty. Really, really love the colours. They just look gorgeous, don't they? Okay. Yeah, love, love, love that. Just see if we want to have a label or anything. Probably not, but oh, that one's quite nice actually. Yeah, should we just have that one on? Maybe even just have the whole of it on. So normally I'm inclined to cut labels in half, but yeah, let's go for it and have the whole thing. Okay. Yeah, I've got some posting to do in a moment, so that's what I say, you know, kind of film and then go straight on to do something else. So I must try and remember before I go out to the post office, I must try and remember to start printing the butterflies, because then they could be printing while I'm gone. But yeah, I just suspect that I will forget, because I am absolutely rubbish for remembering anything, quite frankly. And it's just getting worse and worse. Oh my goodness, how pretty is that? Right, so going to just glue this one down again, just using the hot glue. I love anything with a shoe. It's so fairy tale, isn't it? And so, you know, Cinderella-y. Yeah. Okay, so that looks gorgeous, doesn't it? And then I'm going to just put the lace trim. I wonder if that's long enough. Just about. Yeah, better to use things up, really. So just going to put that down there. Oh, do you know, I've put that the wrong way. What an idiot. Oh. Let's hope I grabbed that before it stuck too well. Okay, so we've got the lace there, and then I'm going to put that little bit of sari silk as well going across there, which just then using up that sari silk, if nothing else. Yeah. Do we think? Yeah. Let's just go for it, shall we? So, yeah, down there like that. Okay. Oh my goodness, how pretty does that look? So I just snip that off just there. Oh, that's such a pretty pocket. Oh, really, really lovely. Right, okay, so we have done our 10 for today, would you believe? So let's check out the 10 that we have done today. I can't remember whether this was episode 4, but if it is, we are now over halfway. So we must have done 40 pieces, which is pretty cool, isn't it? So yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, oops, 9, 10. So we've got 10 pieces there. So again, let me know your favourite in the comments below. I think my favourite today, oh, I'm not sure, probably between this one, which I really love, this one, and possibly this one here. Yeah, I love all of those. So I'm not sure between those. I also really like this one, to be honest. That's one of my, I think that's from the hydrangea toppers, or it could be just from the framed vintage toppers. I'm not sure, I'm afraid, but yeah, I do also really love that one. So yes, let me know below, which one do you really like? Yeah, which one do you like? Are you joining in? Have you done your 40 so far? So we're kind of on track to do our 70. If you have you done them on time, like in the hour, or have they taken a bit longer? And yeah, I hope that you're enjoying it. Really appreciate a big thumbs up for this video. And yep, really appreciate you subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.